that could potentially be coming out from Meta4Pro.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Zactyl on that Mars again. He did a great job in the first game. Unfortunately, not quite enough to help. Oh no, Zactyl's actually on the puck this
Yeah,
time.
he's on the puck.
Yeah, didn't get the chance to look at that, but you know, did see the way that they played around the Mars in the first game. You know, it looked good, but they're definitely going to have to step it up because Thug loves to play these heroes that take a little time to come online, that hyper farm, and by God, is Medusa just perfect for that kind of play style.
Yeah. And oh, look at this. All right, so we have a ward killed by Zactyl.
The denial.
So he gets the bonus gold, and he denies his own ward because they knew it was there. He doesn't want to get it taken out. Some nice little mind games. LeBron might actually put the sentry ward now to scout, and he's not going to see an obs ward because they killed it. That's smart. I like it.
LeBron, just a warding wars going on here, back and forth.
But they're going to tip him immediately. They're like, good job. You used the sentry for a sentry. We used the sentry for an obs. We win that pretty hard.
Already the mind games begin. I like it.
Yeah, definitely nice. Good advantage here for the puck too at the start, which is this is a pretty skill-based matchup. I feel he's gonna have that little bit of extra gold to get maybe an earlier null, some extra regen too versus Noob. And Oob, oh nice, gets the first range creep deny. So we'll be glancing between that one quite a bit.
Do we know the skill difference between the two of these guys here in this lane?
I mean, they're both very, very high.
I figured that, but I wasn't sure because, you know, again, like especially like in the NA region, you have a lot of these players that are always playing against each other, that get a feel for one another and also are constantly, you know, battling for those ranks. I was just curious what they would be here. Wasn't sure if you knew it offhand.
Not 100% sure. I know they're both like AK plus 8.8 even, so they're both very high up there. And this is a cool matchup because it's, you know, Death Prophet overall has this really, really good animation that's been buffed, and your armor is insane, and you have this really high damage, but Puck always has ways to play around stuff like that. People always like seeing the Puck mind games, you know, your phase shift dodges and whatnot. So maybe we missed something down bottom as they're mass tipping.
Maybe they just really like low skill. No, that's definitely not, but we are seeing them kind of duking it out here in this top lane, trying to slow down Thug from being able to hit these creeps. It's not super effective, but they have slowed down just a little bit.
It's a really good lane that they have up top. The Lina and the Mars can put a lot of pressure on. They have so much overwhelming damage. As long as they don't start falling behind at the start, don't start getting baited by the Ogre, you know, because LeBron, he's going to try to bait them to go for kills on him, and then they're going to try to get kills, trade kills from Thugito. So just watch how they use their spells and just make sure you don't get baited too much from this Ogre. Because it's literally his job is to eat your spells.
He is a big tanky boy, but nice thing about the Lina, like you said, you know, she does have that little bit of a range. You've got the multiple stuns.
Yeah.
Kind of similar to when you see that Mirana Mars lane, only a little bit nicer, I think, just because of the fact that you can sit so far back. And Medusa, of course, already being a ranged hero, is able to sit even further back than most of those cores as well.
Yeah, I love the Lina 4 when you have this type of setup from your 3 position, because you just get the Fiery Soul at level 2, and you're pumping out these stuns, and just your right-click harassment is so good. You're always gonna have mana pool for to keep it up as well. So it feels really nice when you have a setup.
For sure, I actually play a lot of that in my own games.
Yeah, it's really nice. It always ends up feeling good in the games when you do have that kind of setup. And mid, as we kind of were saying, it's dead even actually.
Yeah, I would have thought that the Puck probably would have had a little slight advantage, but again, very evenly matched up, and we're not going to see too much happening out of that lane, because I don't think we're going to see too many rotations making their way over either. Of course, it's very difficult to go and gank a Puck in the first place.
Yeah, they'll just check that 4-minute rune for sure, just to fill up the bottle, because Death Prophet hasn't shown that she has hers yet, so we're going to have to see the Radiant side check the rune first, since they do have a bottle on Zactyl. Down bottom, getting aggressive onto the Terrorblade here.
I don't think they're going to be able to get a kill, though. Might be able to turn around on DPC a little, but much armor that Terrorblade lad has.
Yeah, look at again, too, what he's going for. Second round, he's going for the Falcon Blade on this Terrorblade this time around, so it seems like he really likes the item. I haven't seen everybody do it. You know, actually, this is the first time I'm seeing it. He did it on the Weaver and on the TB now, so I mean, he must really like the item. I didn't see Secret doing it. I didn't see a couple other teams doing it, so I'm kind of curious about this. Because this is just a straight farm item. I guess it gives him a little bit of HP to work with TV, but okay, we'll see.
I do like this, that we do have the rotation from the support to secure that rune for the Puck. You can see that they were also checking for the bottom rune as well, but this is going to feel very nice for Zacto having that invis, being able to recharge that bottle, and if he gets an opportunity, he's trying to make some moves. He's still a bit away from that level 6 though, so I don't think we're going to see him use it anytime too soon for trying to get the jump on anyone.
Yeah, they can make a move though. If it's whoever hits, if the puck hits 6 just a little bit before the Death Prophet, I mean even if he does hit it as the Death Prophet 6, they can look to set up with him. It's a very easy kill setup for puck. As bottom, Oracle.
Oh wow, Love. Ooh, at the last second, ticks down. And Low Skill also just taking a little time in that pit of malice. Gonna walk into it a couple times here.
Low Skill has to be careful how far he steps up. DNZ's ready. Popped some mango. He has the stick. He's claritying up too.
Yeah, look at this. He's got to go hide in that tree line. Well, we'll forfeit those bounty runes in the bottom area. Love is back. Try to push them off a little bit here so his Terrorblade can come forward.
I love watching Shadow Shaman right now.
No, just harassing here on the Deuce. I heard a salve get popped. Is that over? That was on Zip Zapper. Okay.
Okay, yeah. And bottom, we saw Mitch buy a bottle, and he actually gives it to DNZ to fill up. Now DNZ getting gone on.
Yeah, I
should be able to scurry away, though.
He does have boots. I think he's all right. As long as this... Oh, no, what's the...
stick.
What's the level on the Oracle?
Still 3.
3 is usually a pretty close time, but yeah, they... You can see Love, he's very disappointed that he wasn't able to go and collect that kill. He was starting to go for a little bit of a dive there, but thought better of it. There'll be more opportunities for you to murder there, Mr. Oracle.
It's nice because they got the bottle. Mitch had delivered it earlier. They were able to fill it up with the bounty. DNZ has the charge just to keep himself healed and his buddy as well, too, by passing it over. So they can keep themselves down bottom and looking to continue pressure. If the TB steps up too far, they can go again. Level 3 Firestorm.
They know that the puck did not, in fact, grab that rune from Noob. Yeah, look at this going forward immediately with the shackle. Plenty of that Firestorm coming through, and that's just a dead Terrorblade. Gets the courier as well. In that top lane there, so a little bit of a trade back and forth, but...
Who got the kill, actually? Was it... Okay, DNZ got the last hit. I actually want to see DNZ take some last hits for himself. I want him to get Arcane Boots up, because it's going to benefit him and his Underlord so much down bottom. They're actually bringing Noob down. Regen popped, and Low Skill just TP'd into this.
Right into it, too. This is looking very, very bad. Love trying the best that he can to keep him alive, but Low Skill's going to die the second time, just immediately. Nice exorcism from Noob. I think they were just going for the tower. They didn't expect to get themselves a bonus prize here.
That's just...
It feels bad.
I mean, that's devastating. They just double killed the TB, and they're taking his tower, so now they can invade into his jungle as well too. And Shadow Shaman and Underlord are going to be able to continue pressuring. He's got the Arcane Boots finished on DNZ, so these 3 heroes are going to have mana to continue pressuring. That's such a heads-up move by Noob. I love it.
He's got to do the Walk of Shame now too, because his teleport is on cooldown, so that's even more. Yep. Look at him sadly walking down there.
And now they can shift the lanes too, right? Like Thagito, he was still farming pretty well up top, but it was a little bit scary. Now he can shift away top, take mid where it's super safe for him, and now the Death Prophet can continue the pressure bottom. This was pretty much the most perfect move I think Spider Pigs could have made in this game. Him and DNZ and Noob on point so far.
I'm sure we're going to be seeing them do even more rotations, like you said, just keeping up that pressure. It seems to be very important, especially when you consider the fact that Meta4Pro, they don't have this late game. Thagito is going to become so massive the later and later that this goes. So they needed to get this advantage early, and it's been rough.
Yeah, and they're continuing to keep the Shadow Shaman bottom, so he gets all these levels. As we said, they gave him the money for the Arcane Boots too. He's going to hit 6 soon on Shadow Shaman, so he can make a rotation to look to push a tower or to set up on kills too, because as they mentioned on the panel, he's playing versus Puck. That's why they picked this Shadow Shaman, as well as just the hero being good. But an instant disable is always going to be super beneficial. And now Mitch sends himself top. He stops the push. It's picture perfect right now for Spider Pigs.
Man, I want to see this Shadow Shaman get so baller that he's able to go and get that Axe Shard, because that is so much fun to play with. Have you had the chance to play with it, Fogged?
It's awesome. It is. It's so nice to split push even too. You just shackle a creep wave for a second and then walk away.
Definitely.
And of course, for actual fights, but...
Yeah, that too. I like how you're very efficient with the idea of like, yeah, shackle a creep and then you can totally push. Meanwhile, I'm like, oh, I just love getting that murder going every single time. Helping out, getting some kills. But pressure is, of course, on here in the top lane. They do have Mitchell go and use the arena, and he's a big, chunky boy, but they do have several of these supports. Look at this, Lina trying to help out, as is all of those Purifying Flames. Are they going to be able to get the kill on Mitch? Yes, they are. Follow up here from DNZ as he goes and he drops those Serpent Wards. He's going to shackle into place. Looks like they'll be able to take down one. But there's the Dream Coil coming out. They've got LeBron all leashed up over here as he's trying to make it around. Oh, that spear so close over to him, but not quite there.
And Noob makes the executive call to not actually go get baited up into top since his two teammates died. He's just hitting mid while the Dusa is just hitting the jungle. Speaking of the Dusa, Thagito actually went double Falcon Blade.
What are your thoughts on that?
I have no idea. I have no idea if it's good or if it's bad. I just know that it doesn't upgrade, so you have 2 item slots that are going to get wasted eventually.
Yeah,
if you get
I mean,
farmed, so.
The mana regen's pretty nice, and like you said, you know, it is great for farming, but
I feel like a Yasha or something might be more beneficial after the first one, but I'm not too sure because I'm not too sure what people are doing with the Dusa, but it doesn't feel like the most effective gold usage when one of them is going to have to get sold. And he's 320 movement speed, so he's pretty immobile.
that's
We'll
always
see if it pays off for him. He's getting free farm anyway.
Dusa is that you kind of like shove her around in the team fights. You've got a force staff or whatever, you know, just kind of, she's an anchor around everything, but
yeah. I mean, item is pretty valuable, especially on a hero like Dusa where you're usually pretty fragile. You have a pretty abysmal strength gain, 1.5. This provides you in like really nice mana regen and just a good chunk of HP. No mana pool though, but yeah, we'll see. It's definitely interesting to see.
I think it's one of the one things I really love about like when we get to see these official matches right after, you know, patches come out, just seeing what everybody's trying. Hold that thought though, because this is looking like a very dead Shadow Shaman. He's silenced up. He's hoping maybe he could turn it back around again with that silence. Top lane though, the action just does not stop as now Mars will get taken out.
Oh, by a creep. The Centaur turned and hit him.
You know, he's trying to help a bro out.
I love when that happens. There's just like 20 instances of damage happening and the Centaur gets the kill.
You got to be really angry if you're on the side of Spider Pigs that you weren't able to get that last final hit, but at least he's not on the map, right? Now you don't have to worry about him for a little bit. You move around.
And they've stopped all the pressure that's been going on throughout every single move right now. Sure, they've lost a couple heroes, but your Dusa is free farming. You've taken pretty much 2 towers since the mid one's about to die and they've gotten bottom. You're in a fantastic position. Look, Thagito's got a full free game. Now he's queuing up the Yasha, as we were saying, and he's able to just sit back and farm Ancients. He's gonna get bloodlusted. He's just chilling. And now his team is all set up around the mid lane because that's where they see the threats coming from, and they want to finish out this tower.
So if you're on the side of Meta4Pro now, you're starting to feel a little pressured, right? You're like, okay, this Medusa is getting bigger and bigger. We haven't found any good solutions to it. We're losing map control. How do they get themselves back in here?
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
They're gonna have to just they have to use their ults to contest these towers. I'm saying that, but they just abandoned the mid one. It only had 200 HP, but I feel like they could have actually used that opportunity to maybe set up and catch someone off guard because they have good burst, and at the moment they can still take some of these heroes out. But now they're gonna get sandwiched on. They're gonna be the ones initiated. This is a great wraparound by Spider Pigs right here. Oh, look at this.
Comes the Dusa. You can hear that exorcism winding up over on the side with the silence. Zip Zapper now trying to run away. Already, though, they're going to end up losing that Oracle. It's a hold over into place as they manage to go and spear off to the side. So it looks like Zaxel's going to find himself at least 1 kill as he's trying to run away. Now Noob turning back around. He's taking so much damage here. It looks like this puck, is he going to be lucky enough to get away? No, he's going to go down. It's a double kill now for Noob as LeBron tries to run himself away over into the back lines. It's not looking great for the Lina as she's next to fall. Zip Zapper managing to get out of this. Losio still being chased.
Yeah, Mitch is still sticking on him. He has level 3 pit. Can they actually get in range?
Pretty fast. Yeah, look at this Death Prophet with the double damage still online, but nope. Looks like they realize, all right, we've gone far enough. There's still a tower up. Let's go back. Let's get some objectives.
And there's still an Ancient stack, so Thagito's like, yo, guys, take it easy. I'm trying to farm here. I got my Yasha coming out. You know, everything's going perfect for us. Yeah, this is looking just absolutely perfect for them. And yeah, Meta4Pro is just, they're not reading the moves. They're not preparing themselves, and they're not reading the moves, and they're not even setting up for them. They're getting really outplayed and outmaneuvered all over the place right now.
I like the level of discipline that they did take, though, like you said, because Thug, he saw, like, all right, we've been chasing for a while. There's this Ancient stack. Guys, what are we doing? Why are we chasing after them so hard? Whereas some of the other teams, they might have been a little bit more undisciplined, right? They might have been like, oh, but I'm so close to this Terrorblade. And that could have easily turned back around on them.
Yeah, definitely seeing some good discipline from Spider Pigzs. I think the panel was talking about too. Sure, maybe in the beginning of that last game, they were, you know, giving up some kills like that, but they started to really understand what their draft was meant to do as it progressed. And I feel like this one, they've identified what their draft is supposed to do right at the start. The way that they moved their lanes around, the Dusa went to the jungle, Death Prophet pressured bottom, Underlord went top. It just felt like they fully understood so far what they're supposed to do these first 15 minutes. And yeah, Meta4Pro, they got to start making some moves. Mars, Lina, they need to be the ones, the aggressors, just constantly hitting. Because TB, he needs a lot of time for recovery.
This is such a hard kill to get, though, here. They can see Thagito. But again, she's got Stone Gaze up. You have to just burst her down so quickly. They're going to try for it anyways to get the arena off, throwing her over to the side. But immediately, they just hightail it out. The Hex comes out over here onto the Lina. She's going to get held into place. Thug just going to hit away on them. And they do manage to get the Oracle ultimate off over onto Lina. She's still getting held into place with that Pit of Malice. But again, Spider Pigzs, they say, cool, we've protected the Medusa. We've done what we need to do. Let her go back and farm. And they're not going to chase after them into the jungle.
And Thagito actually gets like a super fortunate bounce on his snake there. Bounces from Mars to Lina to Puck, and he gets a full restoration back when it hits him. So he's back up to full mana, and they're ready to fight. They can actually go in and do something themselves.
Yeah, they still really want this Lina. Now let's follow it up. Fire Blast, and down she goes. Like
just looking really hard right now for Meta4Pro. They're just getting collapsed on every time, and they don't have a good way to start these fights. It feels like they have the Mars and the Puck, but they have to be more adamant about actually getting in to go for these type of fight initiations. But maybe they're feeling just too far behind at this point and not seeing opportunities as Spider Pigzs on to the next tower, onto tier 2 bottom. With the catapult wave even.
I was a little surprised that they opted to go into the dire triangle, because you know that the Medusa is going to be there, and you know that Spider Pigzs is going to protect her. And they only went with just like 2 of the heroes too, because the Oracle kind of backed off almost right away.
Yeah, I think they have to be traveling as 4 when they have this TB who has to just sit back and farm. The Puck has to be more involved. And speaking of the Puck, DNZ.
DNZ finding this opening. Arena gets thrown up, but it doesn't seem like they matter too much. They do end up losing DNZ, but the rest of the team is here. They get the kill on the Puck. Now Mitch, he's a little slow, making his way over. Not going to be able to go and grab low skill. He's already out, but look at Mitch. He knows that Noob is on his way with the Exorcism. Sonic comes up, so he's hoping that Roshan's going to be able to give him a hand here. Is he going to be able to go and get that denial? No, the Crypt Swarm comes out from Noob, and Mars is not going to be that fortunate.
Just, again, continuing to be a beautiful setup here from Spider Pigzs. Just DNZ on his own is actually just charging in, and he killed the mid solo. He killed the Puck pretty much by himself there with the help of a little bit of a Pit of Malice, but that's kind of saying everything for me, where their mid Puck he can't find the opportunities. It's all starting to fall apart here very quickly. I mean, 8,000 gold lead, and you don't have the late game.
Yeah, that is the most worrying part to me, is the fact that this draft for Meta4Pro is supposed to play fast. It's supposed to get this traction going and then close the game out before this Dusa becomes a huge factor. And it's already starting to happen now. You know, yes, we've got the 2 Falcon Blades. I think she just had the Sanjanyasha pickup, but like there's still so much room for her to grow, and she's already sitting so pretty right now.
I mean, almost doubling up the Terrorblade, and the Terrorblade does not have a steroid this game. He doesn't have someone who's buffing him up like LeBron, who has a medallion, and he's constantly bloodlusting Thagito too, who's now stealing another set of Ancients from the TB, just continuing to just picture perfect plays from Spider Pigzs.
Thug living up to that nickname with the thievery going on in this game particularly.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, the Falcon Blades definitely paid off. I'm curious to hear. I actually want to ask some players about if stacking Falcon Blades is a thing, because this is the first time I've seen it.
Yeah, definitely come back to us and let us know, because it's pretty interesting. I've seen the Falcon Blade get picked up before, but not stacked like this.
Yeah, same. Maybe Brian has some more NA insight for us too afterwards.
There you go,
maybe people there doing it.
Did they leave a neutral item on the ground over there? Yeah, yep. The Ring of Aquila just sitting on the ground. They're just littering everywhere now, too.
Oh, no, that's a good one. Oh, he saw it. He got it.
He went back. All right, good. Excellent. But
Anyway.
they're going for a Roche over here on the side of Spider Pigzs. They know that they're very powerful. And if you look over into the bottom portion of the river, they have no idea over on the side of Meta4Pro. So this is the easiest Roche of their life. I don't think they needed the wards and the exorcism, to be quite honest, but...
It was an arcane rune on the
True.
exorcism, so he felt a little bit better about it.
Just too excited, likes seeing those ghostly bats flying around, so why not?
Thagito just TPs right in the front, has no fear at all anymore in this game of being taken out. Even if he's very isolated, I feel he's going to be a tough cookie to crack, and he's getting closer to that Scotty. Some nice creep stealing coming out here from low skill. He's in the enemy triangle, kind of taking away these neutrals for the time being. Might have to be a little worried now. Yeah, he's going to have to back away.
Yeah, I would say DNZ's been playing like a madman this game too, so I would be a little nervous about hanging out in that triangle without any real vision as well. Yeah.
He's really been owning. I love how DNZ's just been like, if I die, I don't care. It's for the greater good. He gives it up. He knows what he needs to do in this game. He's almost got the blink. Yeah, this just continuing to cruise control forward here on the side of Spider Pigs.
Everything's turning up Spider Pigs today for them, it seems.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, see them making their way over to the triangle here, the castle, as they like to call it in NA. Talk to PPD there. Blink does get picked up now for DNZ. Yeah, isn't that a nice image, right?
Yeah.
The castle, the fortress, or something to that effect.
I mean, and when you see the Spider Pigs being able to just storm the fortress, running up as 5 heroes standing up on top of each other, you know that they're feeling real good about the state of the game.
Absolutely. I just got an image of Spider Pigs storming a fortress. That's why I'm laughing. That is a courier, though, that is going to get taken away from low skill. So that feels very, very bad, because it's scary to go anywhere near that area because they have firm control of the fortress.
Firm control of the fortress, and even look at the bottom side too. This ward coverage by Spider Pigs, they are completely aware of what's going on. They saw the Meta4Pro heroes head toward the bottom lane, so they're aware they can just push, keep themselves up on this high ground. And I believe they did have, they had control of both outposts, so even experience denied from the poor Radiant side, which are really needing it.
Just look how fast this tower just absolutely melts. You can see the TPs are coming home. They need to make some sort of a stand, but it's going to be so difficult. The damage that's coming out here, the buffs, they'll go for smoke. So jump forward immediately with Zip Zapper, but it gets held into place, and it split up the fight very nicely, though, because Thagito's totally held up on his own. DNZ, though, still going to survive as Zip Zapper gets taken down, so this Shadow Shaman's just going to stand back for a moment as Puck hunting on the back lines, but look at this damage coming out. They take down the tower. They did get the buyback coming out from Mars, but he doesn't have the arena. What's he going to do here? There's a whole other little fight going on as this Puck is just trying to hunt, but as this is going on, they're going to end up losing love. There goes the Oracle, and now their buildings are going down as well.
Look at DNZ. He's
trying to cut. Look at it. The Puck was trying to chase him. Oh my God. Are you serious?
Oh, DNZ, what a beast.
Oh, where's the tips? That is a tippable moment, I'm pretty sure.
He just outplayed him so hard. He lived the whole time, danced around, forced the Puck to coil him, and then goes and gets the kill too. I don't think the Puck coil would have really helped his team out too much in the front lines, but it would have done a lot more than coiling on the Shadow Shaman.
Again.
Zip Zapper.
Oh, Zip Zapper. He's trying. He's doing everything. He's got to be that person in the front. He's tanky, but it's not working out for them. They have too much damage. I don't think I've seen a Stone Gaze from this Medusa yet. Look at this. She's just going to man-fight the Terrorblade. Terrorblade knows he really can't do much against this as the Scotty just kiting him slowly but surely. Turns around, does have the Thunder, but again, look how fast this Death Prophet is. She just walks away. Noob has no problems here. DNZ finally gets taken down, but they'll take themselves a kill on the Lina. And that is a lot of their big range for just trying to chip away on people. LeBron eventually, though, Tower will be able to take him out. And it's not looking too hot right now for this Underlord, who is very tanky, but just stayed around a little bit too long.
Some small kill gains for them. At least that's nice. Did the Terrorblade get any of those last hits? I don't believe he did, which is a little unfortunate. He needs as much as he can. He needs literally all the gold in the world. As Spider Pigs, they just cruise right through. There's just no way that Meta4Pro can defend versus this. Every single time the Mars ult gets dropped, that was earlier, of course, in mid, Stone Gaze is instantly popped, and they can't actually fight in it. Thagito just holds his ground, and we're seeing why this pick is so good versus the Mars. You know, Panel talked about it too. This is the perfect hero to just sit inside that Mars ult. Same thing for Death Prophet too. They've set themselves up very nicely this game.
I would say Thug's just super happy that the fights are coming to him. You know, the Medusa get not high mobility by any means, and just kind of that unmovable rock force standing in the middle of everything that just shoots around in a circle.
They're trying to get something here. 8 seconds till Aegis gets reclaimed. They're trying to wait it out.
Oh, but look, they're scared immediately. DNZ, do you see that aggression coming forward? Zip Zapper, though, has the arena. He's going to jump over onto the back lines, hopefully take down DNZ is his plan, as they do manage to get the kill. Low skill. There's the Stone Gaze, though, coming out now from Medusa. She'll turn back around. She knows she has to get rid of this Oracle if this Oracle is able to save anyone. And he uses his ultimate over on himself, but now low skill, he's left alone. He doesn't have any sort of help. does have the Sunder, though. They'll turn it back around. They have that Aegis. Is it still there anymore? It's going to get speared over onto the high ground. It's just a little bit too high now. And Noob, he just goes right back in again. They find the kill. Dusa being held in place right now. She's leashed up, but she's got so much damage. Can she slow down? No, they finally managed to take her down. As now this little Puck tries to run away. He's already lost low skill. Oh, the last little hit from Noob. The one little flash of magic just manages to get the kill on Puck. Lights just walks away from that Light Striker. It's a triple kill now for Noob. And the only one who's still alive right now is Oracle. We do have buyback on the Lina. We've got buyback on the Terrorblade. But the only one who went down during that, it looks like, was the Medusa.
Yeah, DNZ explodes at the start, but the Dusa, they finally do kill her, but it costs them absolutely everything. A very nice Sunder that comes out in between the Stone Gaze ticks, and it doesn't really matter too much because then there also is still a Death Prophet who's very farm. Noob, 807, he cleans up. The Underlord too, during all that long team fight, I don't even know how many Firestorms he got off, but yeah,
many.
They're able to carry the weight of when everything has to get committed on their Dusa.
I was going to comment earlier before that fight broke out. It almost feels like Low Skill's too afraid to go forward in a lot of these fights. And the fact that he has an Oracle and he feels that way has got to be just awful. Because like we watched when they broke into the base earlier, like he tried to go forward, he started getting hit by Thagito, which immediately turns around. Lina manages to get a stun. He thinks about going back in again, but like he's so reluctant because he's too afraid, it feels like. I don't know. Is that just me?
No, I think he rightly needs to feel afraid because of how much control and how much damage there's going to be coming out. If he turns and faces at the wrong moment, he gets Stone Gazed, he'll die during it. There's a silence, there's some various different stuns coming out too, and hard disables. Shadow Shaman has the literal longest amount of disable in the game. He doesn't have Manta or BKB, he's just an Aghanims. So he's so vulnerable if he does show his face.
I love DNZ. Did you see the way he was just like, oh, I got my shard, I'm gonna get this kill. And wait for my team to show up. He immediately, though, he does get taken down. And it looks like Mitch is just gonna teleport out. He doesn't want to be here any longer, but he ends up leaving his Death Prophet all by her lonesome here. And this is gonna be a kill, where an 8 times monster kill streak is ended. Not sure if that was intended to go that way. I think she wanted to catch that Uber.
Zip Zapper speared him and pushed him away from the Uber. That was actually a sick play by the Mars, just not allowing that Death Prophet to get retreated out. And they get grabbed, and that's, much needed kills for Low Skill. He got the last hit on both of them, so more than 1,200 gold just about going his way. So he'll have what looks like a Halberd, so that'll be a pretty nice pickup versus the Dusa. But the Dusa has a Butterfly in comparison, so still they're gonna need a lot more of those for them to feel like they're back at all in this game.
Oh, look at this again. In comes Thagito. They go and they drop those Serpent Wards again. DNZ, he's so aggressive and I love it. But Oracle does manage to get the False Promise off. There's too much damage, though. There's no way that they're going to be able to keep him alive and save him. Although, never mind, I say that. But he does eventually pop there.
Yeah, they don't need the Death Prophet. I feel like that was a little bit too aggressive for Meta4Pro. Just maybe feeling themselves after getting a kill. Just walking up onto that high ground. It's still a 20k advantage even without that Death Prophet up. The Dusa is still quite the bigger problem, to be honest. So onto the high ground, back for Spider Pigs. 30 seconds, no TB.
They're just chonking away over here at these racks, and there's just not too much that they can do because, yeah, you could get the Mars, and maybe he grabs everybody in the arena, but you still have Thug just slapping you in the face. You've got Mitch, who's going to be putting down all that Firestorm. Like, maybe you're able to pick off some sort of support, but, like, look at this. They want the full... They just want all of these Mega Creeps and everything, and they know that they can do this right now. There's nothing that Meta4Pro really can do to stop them. They don't even have an Aegis Fog. That's how powerful they are right now. They just feel so confident knowing that this Terrorblade, he is back up. All right, there it is. There we have that arena over onto the back lines. But over here on the side, they're focusing down the Medusa. Are they going to be able to do it fast enough? That Laguna Blade, it tickles her. It doesn't seem to matter. They'll disarm her for a moment thanks to the Oracle, but they all have to run away. Look at this. They're so afraid. Dreamcoat, that's beautiful, Zactyl, but what the heck are you going to do with it? You can't burst down everyone. You already used your Laguna Blade. Look, oh my god, look how far that Shackle goes. They want to get rid of this Oracle, and they'll be able to do it. Mitch coming forward. BKB gets popped now over onto Zactyl, but again, they just cannot hard commit on this. They don't have enough burst damage. Mitch, yeah, he's fallen a little bit low, but he's just going to sit back for a moment, go right back in, and they call the GG. So Spider Pigs are going to take this in a 2-0.
That was very, very clean. This game in particular,